Okay, we'd like to welcome everyone tonight and call to order the regular meeting of the West Valley City Council. It is May 7th, 2024, and we are beginning our meeting at 6:32 in the council chambers of West Valley City Hall. We have 6 of our 7 members, no, our 7 just showed up. So we have all members of the council present. We have Councilman Viziamanu online, have Councilman Weston, Councilman Harmon, Councilman Hume, myself, Councilman Christensen, and Councilman Norfelt. We are also joined at the dais with our city manager, Mr. Healy, and our city recorder, Ms. Kamek. The opening ceremony tonight is my responsibility, so if you'd please rise and repeat the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. Yeah, I would do special recognitions, but I can't. So we'll move on to our minutes of April 23rd, 2024. Turn it to the council for comments or motion.
Motion to approve minutes of April 23rd. Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And our minutes stand approved. We have our Parks and Recreation Awards. We have Leanne Powell from the Utah Recreation and Parks Association Executive Director here to present.
Wait, I've never gotten applause before. That's awesome.
No, I've been here many times.
I know, right? It's a standing annual thing, which I'm always pleased to come. So Mayor and City Council, thank you for allowing me to come and take a little bit of time and recognize some of your rock star Parks and Recreation folks. As you mentioned, I'm the executive director of Utah Recreation and Parks Association. So we're a membership association with about 1,800 members statewide, park and recreation professionals throughout the state. And I mention this every year that I come, but I think West Valley City by far is our most active and leads our state in so many ways within our association and as leaders within the state. So you should be very proud of the crew that you have representing your Parks and Recreation Department, because they do a wonderful job. And as you know, imagine for a minute a city like West Valley City without parks, without trails, without open space, without recreation programs and pools and arts and culture and special events. And it's really hard to do because it is the heart and soul of your community. So we appreciate the support that you give the Parks and Recreation Department and in allowing them to do the great work that they do. So, and I'm going to apologize because your department received 5 awards at conference. So it's going to take me just a little bit of a minute to get through them all, but we want to make sure that we duly recognize all the great work that's been done. So the first person I'd like to recognize with a URPA Lifetime Achievement Award is Nancy Day. So we're honoring her 37 years in the parks and recreation industry in Utah. Truly a leader, truly is just, I'm almost speechless, the amount of impact that she's had for all of the parks and recreation professionals. As you well know, a great leader here in West Valley City. I think her greatest strength is her true desire to make sure every single solitary citizen in West Valley City gets the opportunity to participate in some form of parks and recreation. And throughout her career, in every stop she made, she was committed to that, making sure that that we don't just do the easy programs that come together quickly. It's we take the time to do the outreach to find out what the needs are in the community. And she's just a great role model for all of our parks and recreation professionals. As far as our URPA association, she's been very involved. I think out of her career, probably at least 20 of the years, she's been in a leadership role, either as president, as administrative rep, She helped put together our Leadership Academy, which just graduated its 9th season and started its 10th season. And so there's not enough words and enough accolades for Nancy Day, but she is well deserving of our URPA Lifetime Achievement Award. So. Are you prepared that? Congratulations. And I'm actually just gonna make Nancy stand up here because the second thing we did at our conference was our executive committee had voted to name a scholarship award in Nancy and her husband Joe. Oh, there's Joe. In Nancy and Joe's name for all of the support that they provide for our association. So this year was our first annual Nancy and Joe Day Scholarship, and it's actually one of your people that received that. So I'm going to let Nancy announce that.
Oh, thank you, Leanne. And I do have to say I'm just honored and very surprised by all this. It truly is an honor because it's something, as you all know, that I'm very passionate about. And this particular award, since it's the first inaugural scholarship under my name and my husband's name, is somebody that works here for West Valley City. I was able to select the award winner, and this lady goes above and beyond. And I'm going to talk about her a little bit, but first I'd like her to come up. Cindy, would you please join me? So this professional scholarship provides funds for Cindy to be able to use for professional development, whether it's for a conference or trainings, whatever she chooses to get trained on, she'll be able to use this. And I was so impressed during my time here as the department head, I was able to promote Cindy as the director or division head for our Harmon Senior Recreation Center. And never regretted it. She loves the seniors and she's taken it to a new level. She's working with the 4 generations of seniors that really exist, right? I mean, there's so many different generations. And I told her, I'm a senior, so I want stuff for me too. You know, I want to see that happen. And she's done that. And she's just amazing. And I'm so proud of her. So I'm so grateful that she was able to receive this. Here's a picture for you. And probably hopefully have it. All right, our next award that we're going to give is for Outstanding Citizen Volunteer. And any of you that know Parks and Recreation understand that we cannot do any of the things we do without volunteer coaches and volunteers to come out in the parks and help and all the things. So this award is for Outstanding Citizen Volunteer, and it is going to go to Van DeWitt. So if I can have Van come up here. So Van leads a group that's a micro crawler club. So these little guys, and he worked in partnership with the city and with a lot of his volunteers. So I think there's several that are here to put together your RC crawler park and then program that park. And you know, people often ask me, like, how do you decide who's going to get a Volunteer of the Year award or an innovation? And I think you know, one of the things that stood out with Van and his work, and also the crawler park, is just the fact that you're, again, looking to try to meet needs for all of the community. Not everybody wants to play basketball, or not everybody wants to go to the pool, but everybody has interests and things that they want to do. And so to take an idea and to find experts in the community that are willing to volunteer their time and spend time to come out and groom a RC crawler park and make it work is just phenomenal. And just the partnership and the, you know, taking maybe a part of a park that's not well used and making it now like a centerpiece of your park is really quite amazing. So again, on behalf of URPA, we would like to recognize Van as our Outstanding Citizen Advocate of the Year.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And then can you explain how many of these are in the state of Utah?
I
Just for the crowd.
believe this might be the first, right?
Yeah.
Very innovative, and it won't be the last. In fact, I already mentioned to them that you should probably do a session, a conference on kind of the inspiration behind it, how to actually do it, because you can tell which awards are really popular after the end of our awards banquet, because then everybody's coming up saying, "Oh, how did you do that? What does it look like? And do you have pictures?" And so it really is a phenomenal thing. And I think, like I mentioned, I think that's what sets West Valley City Parks and Recreation apart, is that they are on the cutting edge in so many different ways. So they are doing great work. So just trying to build on that, we also give out an Innovation of the Year. And the Innovation of the Year is the West Valley RC Crawler Park, and the great work again that staff and volunteers did to bring that to light. And then to program it. I think that's the fact I was hearing about the creepy crawler thing coming up in Halloween. I might just have to come and check it out, because really unique, really innovative, and great work for the city. So the Innovation of the Year 2024 is the RC Crawler Park. All right. And last but not least is our outstanding facility. And this year's outstanding facility is your Centennial Bike Park. And again, I think this is looking at how to better serve your entire community. You had an existing skate park. It was really overrun with lots of people trying to use it and not enough room and different user groups. And I think over about a 10-year period, the idea of this bike park was thought out, went in. It was 100% funded through grant funding. Again, lots of volunteers coming together to take an area of the park and make great use out of it. So again, on behalf of URPA and our 1,800 members, our outstanding facility for 2024 is the Centennial Bike Park. There's that. And I think, are you guys picture takers? Like, is there going to be an opportunity to have everybody? So just really quickly before that, the one thing I just want to point out is that these great people cannot do the work they do without your support. So a lot of what these awards is about is you have a great department and they're doing great work, but they cannot do that without your support. And the decisions you make are very important. And continue supporting this group. They will continue doing great work. They will continue leading. Jamie's our past president. Candace is our Warpa region rep. I mean, your people really are leading the state and doing great work. So you should be very proud of them. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Wow, very good. Let's get a little more loving to each other. There we go. That's better. Thank you. Okay, ready? 1, 2. Great. Thank you.
All right. We'll now move on to our public comment period. Our comment period will be limited to 30 minutes. Any person wishing to comment shall limit their comments to 3 minutes. Upon recognition by the mayor, you will approach the microphone. If you did not have a chance to give us your name and address, please do so then. Otherwise, just give us your name when you come to the mic. All comments should be directed to the mayor. No person addressing the city council during comment period shall be allowed to comment more than once during the comment period. Speakers should not expect a debate with the mayor, council, or state staff. I don't know where that's going. We can respond after if necessary, and speakers shall refrain from personal attacks against fellow citizens, city staff, or members of the council. So we'll begin with our sign-up sheet. Speaker 1. Hopefully y'all remembered your numbers.
Hi, guys.
Let me just give you one more. You'll have to maybe restart the clock. But
Okay.
I would just, because there's so many people that signed up and 3 minutes each only equals to 10 people. So those who follow, I would repeat so that you get all your concerns heard.
Sure. Well, before I start, I'd like to congratulate West Valley City and West Valley Arts on being named Best of State Semi-Professional Theater for the second year in a row. It's quite an accomplishment for a theater program that began during the shadows of COVID, of course. Out of curiosity, how many of you have seen a show at the West Valley Performing Arts by show of hands? Great.
And I just got reminded, can you give us your name? Please?
And I am going to right now. For those of you who don't know me, my name is John Sweeney, and I am a contracted producer and director for West Valley Arts. I have been directing A Christmas Carol for Harrell Center Theater for 21 consecutive years. I have done most of those in the West Valley building, but I've also directed more productions on that stage in West Valley than any other person in the state. I moved to Utah in 1999, the year that the Performing Arts Center was built. And I had been living as a professional actor in New York at the time for a number of years, but had decided to give up the job as in theater and take a day job and then kind of just do things at night. I thought I was actually giving up theater when I moved to West Valley. And when I walked into that theater, wow, my life changed forever. You see, I grew up in Philadelphia. Go Eagles, Mr. Peely. My home theater in Philadelphia was built in 1888, not 1988, 1888. That building needs work. This building is 25 years old. When I walked in to that building and see how beautiful it was, I knew that other cities around the country would want something like that. And that's what West Valley has done. Built such a beautiful building. Now, I understand that with the information that has been provided, that you are suggesting that the program continues and go to the UCCC. No offense, Mr. Peely, but that'd be like moving the Philadelphia Eagles from the Link to Granger High School. Okay? It is not fitted for theater. Okay? I come to you today, though, not as an actor or director, but as a businessman, because that's what I do during the day. You see, we don't all just do theater. I'm a businessman. Okay? I work in strategy and business development for state and local government. I've done it for IBM. I've done it for AT&T, and I do it for WEX. I come with a proposal for a partnership between West Valley City and the theater community, this theater community, to solve the problem that you have as it relates to the bond.
Your time is up. So I'll ask you to sit and we'll go on to our second speaker. I did give you a couple extra because I interrupted you at the first. Thank you. And if we could be respectful for the person speaking and not clap during their time, that would be appreciated.
Thank you. My name is Kate Ruffner, and I'd like to congratulate West Valley City and West Valley Arts on winning Best of State Semi-Professional Theater for their second year in a row. I am a resident of the Blue Haven neighborhood, one of the most politically active and watchful neighborhoods in West Valley. I and my family have lived in that neighborhood for 15 years.
I've worked with the Grand Theater and Pioneer Theater Company as Director of Development and Community Outreach. In my time at both of those organizations, I personally authored grants that garnered 60% of their revenue for those fiscal years. I also created a grassroots campaign that resulted in over 300 individual donations in a single month. I know what it takes to reach out to a community, to get them energized about a cause, and I know how much time investment has to happen for a development plan to be successful. I also know what it's like to sit on a council like this and make tough budgetary decisions that will affect a lot of people, that will negatively affect a lot of people. You've heard from Mr. Sweeney, and we're going to talk about some truly compelling reasons why this decision to close the West Valley Performing Arts Center deserves a second look and a discussion with the communities that you serve. I don't come to you today with a nebulous request to save this building. I come to you today with a commitment to energize, organize, and mobilize the driving forces needed to ensure that West Valley Performing Arts Center continues its upward trajectory toward greater and greater revenue, recognition, and reputation. I am not alone. In the last 24 hours, just that, we have mobilized well over 2,000 individuals, created a community information center, developed a compelling foundation for an upcoming fundraising campaign, constructed a partnership of competing theaters here in Salt Lake who have joined our cause, and aligned a networked list of lobbyists, political activists, attorneys, and fundraisers who stand ready to act. Imagine what we can and will do in the next few weeks. For the businesses that surround the West Valley Performing Arts Center, for the residents who want a cultural icon to remain in place, for the pride of the entertainment district, and for those who understand the economic difference an arts venue like this can make in a strategic location in their city, I invite you to strongly consider a request to partner with us. I invite you to join us at a table where many solutions to this fiscal challenge await discussion and action on our part. I invite you to join in a cause that will have reverberating community implications beyond what you can now imagine. I invite you to partner with your community and your voters. I voted for you. By allowing West Valley Arts to keep performing on the most legendary stage in the state of Utah, the West Valley Performing Arts Center. Thank you for your time. You bet. Speaker 3.
Hello, hello. Hi, my name is Conlon Bonner. I am the inclusion consultant for West Valley Arts Theater. I have been around doing inclusion work in Murray City. That's I was their consultant over there in Murray City. I was also over at you could say, I even wrote these down because I knew I was going to forget all the things in my head, but Jordan School District is where I did a lot of inclusion work over there as well, giving presentations. And then also for the theater front, I just got reached out to Ogden Music Theater. Then the Ruth has also reached out to me, Music Theater West. And also I was on the senior leadership team, even at Hale Center Theater, which you guys know over at that building. Hale was over there and had such a great history and rallying so much good in this community. We are in West Valley, the most diverse city in the state of Utah. It's incredible. And I know that we've been hit with this bill, right? That has turned into law that, let's kind of simmer on this idea of DEI, right? But I think there's other ways of saying these type of words, which is conflict resolution, psychological safety, cultural awareness. This theater has been doing that, has been allowing us to find a place for all walks of life, all types of people from different backgrounds to feel so safe, to feel welcome, to feel supported, feel that kindness. And we have taken it away in our city realm, in terms of focusing on words that a lot of people of color can understand when they say DEI. But when it comes to theater, we're speaking a language that we understand. when it comes to creating that space of kindness and empathy. I hope that by taking away that from from the city, it's a hard hit because we're already hit once, and now it's like, okay, let's take away this place that has been probably focusing on it more than any theater in Utah. And I've been working with a lot of theaters. They put such emphasis on the inclusion element, and we're taking that away by doing that. I hope that we can work together, figure out another solution for being able to still let that ring true to all of us. I hope that rings true with some people, that we need that safe environment, that empathy, that kindness in a spot that people feel safe at. And I know I have been feeling safe there for over 10 years of me doing shows there and also bringing my family, being a part of that. I just love it so much. So let's try to do that. Thank you. Thank you. That's my time.
My name is Walt Sorensen. I live at 2797 South Harlow Court in the Highbury neighborhood. I am a lifelong resident of the city, an engineer, an artist. I served as an artist delegate for this West Valley City to our sister city in Nanaimo. I come before you to speak on the sudden announcement regarding the West Valley Performing Arts Center building and the West Valley's Performing Arts. On the same day that our amazing performing arts group received an award for being one of the top groups in our state, we get hit with the announcement that a closure, the end of this performing arts group and this building. This has been an amazing legacy and location from when it was initially founded with Health Centers Theater to this current moment. It is easy to say not one more thing. It is easy to say no. We're not going to do this. We're not going to participate. We're not going to be able to rise to the occasion. It is always hard to say yes and, because that and requires a lot of work. It requires dedication and time, and it takes a moment to rise to the occasion to turn that no into the yes. My 8-year-old has loved this venue, has been enthralled with the performances of the Puffs, dressed up for and was enthralled with the Headless Horseman tale, and has been excited for the upcoming season. I asked the city to rise to the occasion, to hoist the banner, to sound the rallying cry and find support. For far too long, our wonderful city has been looked down on as nothing more than a bedroom community. That must end. And by supporting the arts, we do that. So much work has gone into investing, re-envisioning, and changing the old view of our city. Don't lose that. We will greatly miss the opportunity, the culture that this brings to our city if we lose this. We should want our citizens to have arts and entertainment in the city, to have jobs in the city, to want to start their businesses in the city, and not flee to other cities for their arts and entertainment. We want it here, not elsewhere. We cannot have what makes us great if we lose that.
My name is Bonnie Shaw, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to address this council this evening. I have lived in West Valley City for 50 years. I have attended this Health Center Theater since the day it opened. When it moved, we moved with it. But when West Valley Arts opened, we came back. We are here loving West Valley Arts. I saw a t-shirt that said, "Every performance deserves a standing ovation." My heart And my body and my soul gives a standing ovation to every performance we have seen at West Valley Arts. It is incredible when they did Clue at West Valley Arts. We loved it. Then we went to see it at Hale, and everyone agreed we did it better at West Valley Arts. It was amazing. It is incredible. I don't know where we're getting the talent that comes to perform at West Valley Arts, but they are top-notch, amazing performers, and we absolutely love it. We were shocked when we attended Shakespeare in Love and came home that night and saw the news that said West Valley Arts is going to close. We hadn't heard a word. We didn't have a clue that there was even a concern that this theater was going to close. Please give us a chance to rally our friends, our neighbors, our community, and do whatever we can to help keep West Valley Arts open and functioning. We need this in West Valley. My hometown deserves this in West Valley. I'm a missionary with them. I've been here for 5 years since the day it started. We need to keep people here, not sending them to Sandy, to the Hale Theater. Keep it here so we can enjoy it here in our city. Give us a chance and we'll do what we can to help keep it here and support you. Thank you.
My name is Kelton Wells. Madam Mayor, members of the City Council, thank you for the opportunity to address you this evening. I'm not here with any formal affiliation with West Valley Arts other than as a patron. I don't, really know many people, but I have attended many shows. I am here as a resident, taxpayer, and voter of West Valley City who is concerned with this decision to close West Valley Performing Arts Center. When I first moved to West Valley almost a decade ago, I didn't necessarily intend to stay here forever, but I quickly fell in love with the many cultural and recreational opportunities our city has to offer. When the time came for me to purchase a home several years later, I didn't stray far from the condo that brought me here. I was thrilled to find a house that fit my needs only 6 blocks away, still very much in the neighborhood I had come to love, still very much in West Valley. Boy, was I lucky. Part of the reason I love West Valley are the ample opportunities this city affords me to showcase its gems to friends and family. When people come to visit, we don't have to go somewhere else to experience great assets like the Utah Cultural Celebration Center, the Maverick Center, Decker Lake, numerous parks, and the West Valley Performing Arts Center. Those things make it easy to attract visitors, and I would add outside taxpayers who don't rely on the city for their goods and services. Imagine my shock and dismay to learn that one of these community assets would be shuttered with little community notice or discussion. A building that I might add is not even 30 years old. Many communities in our valley wish they had a performance space to call their own. There are councils in neighboring cities who I know have had discussions of how they can include performing arts spaces in their future plans. And here we are, prepared to throw an absolute gem away. I can't help but feel that this decision by city administration is anything but short-sighted. I humbly ask you all to reconsider and at the very least include the community you represent in the final decision and conversations that lead to that decision. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor Lang. Thank you so much for the opportunity to address the council. I first became aware of West Valley Performing Arts as a kid, sitting around my grandparents' kitchen table, because my grandfather, Wayne Moss, served 4 terms on the city council, often having good-natured sparring with Mayor himself. And he was vehemently opposed to the idea of a theater. The reason being, he felt that this taxpayer money should not be spent on something that it was for an outside organization. He did not feel that taxpayer money should be spent for the benefit of the Hale Center Theater. He felt like if we were going to build something like that, we should build it for the residents of West Valley. Now, later down the road, after he had passed away, I had a great opportunity to perform at West Valley Performing Arts in their 2022 production of She Loves Me. And every time I walk past his name, still on a plaque in the lobby, even if he was opposed to the building of the place in the first place. I got to, touch his name and just think like, we did it, we're here. My grandmother got to come and see that performance and really see that that vision had come to life, that we had this performing arts center for the people of our city. And when she passed away a couple of years ago, we actually donated all of the vintage clothing and suitcases and things like that to the growing costume shop at West Valley Arts. Now, we know that you have sung, the city has really spent a ton of money on this venture over the years. I'm too much of a pragmatist to ask you to engage in a sunk cost fallacy here, but I want you to think about it from a perspective of what is gained and who benefits if we cut our losses and run. Do we want to benefit some real estate developers who come in and make bajillions of dollars from this, or do we want to keep it as something with the community? So we're asking you tonight to go all in with us. We want you to help us to keep this building for the community versus for real estate development. The West Valley Arts Center had a fantastic return on investment for decades. And then the area kind of died after the Hale Center Theater left, right? Those restaurants around weren't performing as well. The rebuild was hit by the pandemic, but it's still happening. We are still bringing people here to West Valley to experience this art and cultural treasure. We please ask that you partner with us to make the whole city benefit from this and really continue to make West Valley Woods a destination and a crown jewel in the valley. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Karina McCullough, and you guys know me as Work Activity Center, but I'm here tonight to let you know we have a name change. We are now the Ability and Inclusion Services. We are a nonprofit that serves adults with disabilities in West Valley. And we chosen to move to a new name that better suits what we do and who we are and the people we serve. So I just wanted to share with you all the new brochures as well. And just to tell you a little bit more about what we do, we offer a residential program, a day program, as well as an employment program in our day center. We have a really great adaptive fitness center that we're able to utilize for indoor and outdoors. We've got a really great creative arts department, and we've got some fantastic paintings that come out of there. And we will be hosting a fall art show coming up in a few more months. We're starting sugar scrub. This is new for our clientele. We're going to give that a try and see how we do making sugar scrub this week. And we have a really a fantastic gym area and outdoor space that we're able to utilize, and we have dance programs and different types of games that we play and basketball games, and we've got a really cool sensory room that we work with our folks that are able to have some downtime and some quiet when it's needed. We've got a great book club, journaling, a lot of community inclusion. That's very important for the people that we serve. People with disabilities often suffer with depression and isolation, and so we work very hard to make sure that our folks are out in the community with everybody else, because as the more that the community is around people with disabilities, you will start to see that they are just like you and I. They have hopes and dreams and thoughts and feelings, and very similar to everything that we experience. People with disabilities are experiencing the same thing. We partner with ETA as well, so we're able to do door-to-door service. We offer a lot of trips to the grocery stores, different activities and outings. We go bowling, we sing karaoke. It's very important to us. And we're able to do medical and case management with our folks. So that's just kind of us in a nutshell. We have a new name, so people can stop calling us WAC for Work Activity Center. We don't like it. You can call us AIS if you like, Ability Inclusion Services. Thank you. Thank you.
Speaker 9.
Hello, my name is Sonia Lisa Ino Salomon. I'm a West Valley West resident and in District 4. I'd like to congratulate West Valley City and West Valley Arts on winning 12 Broadway World Regional Awards for their 2022 production In the Heights, a proud accomplishment for the city. We have an entire community who is ready to put in their effort, time, money, and resources to work. We are asking to partner. There is no handout here. We have heard that there is a bond that needs to be paid. We ask for transparency and details to help you through this. Let us talk about it and figure it out together in a 50-50 partnership. We propose that the city of West Valley allow us 2 additional seasons to give us time to raise and gather funds to meet 50% of this bond that is owed. Even though this bond is not related to the arts program or the Performing Arts Center, we believe that there is a productive power in our community of supporters collaborating 50-50 with a willing partnership from the city of West Valley. We understand and respect that the city must actively work towards growth and transformation for its community. This is quite similar to how we feel about our work. As creative, technical, and performance artists, we too actively engage in our local communities and want our work to be a resource or to be a source of community growth and transformation. In doing research, you will see that city planners suggest that there is a lack of interaction between the arts and city planning. There needs to be collaboration from both sides. In 2014, a city planner in Atlanta said, "Planners are great partners for socially minded artists that produce public art because they are connected to the processes that guide change in communities." Across the US, it's not difficult to find artistic practice that espouses community transformation. Likewise, it's hard to find a place that does not want the arts to be a source of change in their communities. There are many entry points for collaboration along planning processes, and each discipline can be more effective, inspiring, and transformative with the participation of the other. We believe that with proper partnership, together we can tackle this cost or bond and still meet our goals and properly engage with the community in our respective areas. The West Valley Performing Arts Center draws in patrons from all over the state, right into the heart of West Valley City, to experience high-quality theatrical productions. The West Valley Performing Arts Center is the heart of this community. We feel very proud of that. This historical performance center has been a huge win for the community, its patrons, and for Salt Lake County itself. There is a lot to be proud of, and it deserves to continue to grow and thrive for years to come. Let's work together on that. We believe this partnership is the right step towards meeting everyone's needs, and we ask that you partner with your community by allowing West Valley Arts to keep performing. Thank you.
Hello, I am Morgan Fenner, and I am a resident and a 3rd-generation resident of West Valley City. I have grown up here, I've grown up with many people's kids, and I've grown up doing theater here. This place is important to me for many reasons, but let's start from the beginning. I stand before you today to advocate for the preservation and revitalization of a true gem of our city. This is a gem of our city's cultural landscape. The West Valley Center for the Performing Arts. This venue is not just a building, it is a cornerstone of our community's identity. It is a testament to our rich cultural heritage and a symbol of the vibrancy of West Valley City. As I said, I am a lifelong resident of the city, and my first play I ever saw was on that stage, next to my grandma, whose house I did buy because I wanted to stay in the city. Now, she was very, very proud of the fact that our city had some of the best theater in the state, if not the best. We've kept that going. And she wanted us to stay in the city for the arts. I went to high school where I performed, where I became a valedictorian in performance, where I got a diploma of merit into performance to support our city. I got a letter from the mayor. I don't believe it was your father. And of course, this city needs something to be proud of. I know we have many things, but as stewards of our city's reputation, it's imperative that we recognize the importance of preserving a place like the West Valley Center for Performing Arts. This place, when people hear West Valley City, what do they think? Do they see it for what we really are? The 2nd largest city in Utah, with one of the most diverse populations? Do they see a community who stands for unity, pride, and progress? Or are they stuck on an outdated, stereotypical misconceptions that are given by the media? This theater gives us a chance to correct the narrative, to give our residents something to be proud of when they think of where they live. And it's not just about proving them wrong, it's about proving ourselves right. It's about reclaiming our pride, our identity, and our place in Utah's cultural landscape. The West Valley Center for the Performing Arts isn't just a venue, it is a statement. A statement that says, we're here, we're proud, and we're ready to shine. In conclusion, I urge you to partner with West Valley City Performing Arts. We need you and you need us. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, thank you. We're at the end of our 30 minutes. So we will close the public comment period at this time.
We've changed our meeting. Remove the city manager's comments. If I may, I'd like to maybe address some of the questions that have been brought forward, as this was a recommendation from me. As well as maybe clarify a few things. First of all, in my career, I've become no stranger to a packed house of people disagreeing with my decisions and recommendations. And I must say, I appreciate the class and the respect and the passion that this group, it's a classic group that you all come with. I've read all the emails that have come to me. Council, I know, has, the mayor has, and I've asked the mayor and council if I could address you. What I am a stranger to is recommending a course of action that involves the loss of livelihood. I've only had to do this once in my entire career before. And if there's any heaviness that comes, I don't know much about theater. I can't. I was a dumb jock in high school. And so I don't know much about theater, but I do know about people's livelihoods. And the heaviness that I feel, it comes because of it. I see the sign over here that talks about not taking away your family. My staff is my family too. And so when the information was presented to me, I went back in history. I've read all the reports. I've read the 3 feasibility studies that convinced the council at the time when the health center left, the health theater left. There was a report, third party, there's internal studies that were done to convince the council that this would be sustainable. I've gone through those reports and the projections of revenue versus expenditures. I've looked at the financials. There was also an email that was sent to me that hit me a little bit, which kind of, I'll explain it a little bit, but talked about how there must be something we want to keep quiet or something we're hiding. And I want to tell you that there's some truth to that. And the reason is because the full story takes away from all the hard work, all the value, all the good things that our theater program has brought to the city of West Valley. And so I have held back. You won't see this in our press release. And when I pulled our theater group in to talk, I didn't address this part of it. A large part of the issue is the building, but the other part of the issue is the operations. You see, it was supposed to be 4 years ago, something that it was never supposed to be 100% sustainable. Just like a park, you don't expect it to be profitable because there's a value that's created in the city. However, it wasn't supposed to continue on a trajectory that continues to bleed money from the general fund. We started off in fiscal year 21 with over $600,000 in subsidy from the city, which was everybody was aware. The very next year, it doubled. The subsidy became 1.2 million in fiscal year 2022. Fiscal year 2023, it went to 1.3 million. And right now, year to date, it's at 1.2, and with the projection of $1.6 million in net loss that the city has to find from somewhere. Now, I mentioned the bond to our staff earlier, not because I thought the theater should be paying for that bond, nor did the bond have anything to do with the theater. But that was an answer to a question when somebody asked me if we had plans to build a new theater. And I mentioned that there is a looming bond payment that's going to be coming due in the next couple of years, where the Culture Celebration Center, we have to start looking for money to pay that bond payment. Meanwhile, the trajectory of this, it has no end in sight. There's no plan. There is nothing to even come close to where the projections were when this was first brought forward. And it continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And so coming in as a brand new city manager, I'm presented with this as we're going through our budget. I look at the facts. I'm a businessman. I look at it from a business decision myself. I don't know any business that can continue this way. Now, I'm all ears too. I'm open to suggestions. And I'm willing to admit that maybe if there's a group out there that can do it, it's probably this group. But there's nothing to provide more ticket sales without getting this building up to repair, up to where it's supposed to be. Now that, I said 6 million, it's actually 7.6. I got the real figures from our facilities department today. I wanted to make sure I had the right figures. It's 7.6 million. The structural issues I was talking about, I'm not a structural engineer, and no, the building isn't going to collapse, or else we would have stopped showing shows a long time ago. But we all know about the stage, the structural issues in the stage. We also know about what it's being held up. We also know there's issues. Just walk, eyeball. You don't have to be a professional. You don't have to be an engineer to see the building in disrepair. I mean, those that were with Health Center Theater, from my understanding and what I've read, that's why you left, is because the city wasn't able to provide that. And so this problem with the building has been a problem for a long time. The operations is a new problem, but I see no plan. And so as a city manager responsible, hired by the city council to balance our budget, which by state law we have to. I can't present this budget every year with a negative fund balance. And so as I look at this is what we're dealing with. And I hesitated to share this with the public because I don't want this to be in any way, shape, or form a reflection on the theater and the staff. I've only been here a month, and so I haven't had an opportunity to go to the show. But I have had the opportunity to walk through and feel and hear the passion that the staff has. I've heard from our Parks and Rec director how much they're doing with very little resources. The numbers, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why the expenses keep going up. There was an email talking about 185% increase in ticket sales. Well, that's from 2020 where it was closed. The stats aren't correct. And the numbers don't lie. I see people shaking their head, but I have the financials to show. This is audited numbers from my finance director. And so not only do we have to look for $7.6 million just to get the building to a proper, safe, reliable space, but we have to figure out, first of all, how to stop the bleeding, how to keep growing. We've increased from $600,000 a year in subsidy 4 years ago, over $1 million. So now we're at $1.6 million in subsidy. And if the trajectory is correct, we will be at 1.8 and it will continue to grow. I'm all ears as well. And so if there are any suggestions on how we can partner, but at this point, I've been doing this. I've been a city manager for almost 20 years now. I'm all about creativity and wanting to find solutions, but at this point, I don't. That's where my recommendation came from. So I felt the need to be able to explain that to you. I believe you deserve that. At the same time, I do want to be sensitive to those that are employed there and show them the respect that they also deserve, as evidenced by the accolades they've received. So, Mayor, thank you for the opportunity to be able to speak. I apologize for being long-winded. I feel like I deserved a little bit more explanation than was given.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Mayor, I would move that we take a 10-minute break and then come back to our rest of our business.
I would second that.
We have a motion and a second. Let's ask Ms. Kamick for a roll call, please.
Councilman Tuscano,
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Norfelt,
Yes.
and Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you. We really do appreciate you coming out tonight, and we do listen. So thank you for your attendance. And we'll be back in 10 minutes. Thank you. We have quite a bit on the agenda still to attack. So we'll start on that. We'll give a minute for everybody else that wanted to clear. All right, we'll start with our public hearing and we'll go to application ZT 4/2024. This application would amend the sign ordinance to specific overlay zones by name that prohibit billboards. So, any questions from the council before I open the public hearing? Okay, we'll now open the public hearing for comments to this item specifically. And is there anyone here that would like to speak to this issue? Okay, seeing none, we will close the public hearing and I'll turn this issue to the council for discussion or a motion.
To approve GT 4/2024. Second. Oh, it's sorry, ordinance. Sorry.
It's the ordinance, yeah. Sorry, I should have clarified that.
Councilman Norfelt. And that's motion to approve ordinance 24-16. Yep.
Thank you. All right. We'll turn the time to Ms. Kamick for a roll call vote.
Councilman Tuscano,
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Norfelt,
Yes.
and Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We will now take public hearing or public input on on our I'll never say this right. We'll just say it out loud, not the acronym. Our community development block grant for this year and consider resolution 24-64. The city receives grant money from HUD through the CDBG grant that this annual action plan and grant or budget is required to meet the HUD requirements. West Valley City is estimated to receive $1.66 million. And the money is used to run programs for low and moderate income individuals, families for specific eligible programs. So we'll open the public hearing if anyone would like to address this item.
Right, good evening. So first and foremost, thanks for the opportunity to be here tonight and speak in front of you all.
Yes, can you give us your name and address, please?
Yeah, my name is Brandon Vile. My address is P.O. Box 1028, West Jordan, Utah. So I am the grants manager with South Valley Services. For those of you who don't know, South Valley Services is a domestic violence emergency shelter and service provider that helps clients throughout the state of Utah, including West Valley City. Again, for those of you who don't know, domestic violence is a pretty pervasive issue throughout our state, throughout most of our communities. 1 in 3 of Utah women will experience interpersonal violence at some point in their lifetime. Of these individuals, roughly 40% of them will become homeless at some point during their life, which makes them one of Utah's largest homeless subpopulations. And since the year 2000, 42% of homicides have been domestic violence related in Utah. So to help combat issues like this, organizations like ours exist. South Valley Services in the last fiscal year helped serve 2,600 individuals organization-wide. So that's throughout all of our case management, financial education, therapy, children's services, the list goes on. About 850 of those were from West Valley themselves, so almost a quarter. We served about 470 individuals in direct shelter for a total of 14,000 nights of safe shelter. We provided 1,800 hours of case management, 1,500 hours of clinical work, and 2,400 hours of children's advocacy. And then also we provided 240 education and prevention events, reaching over 5,000 people. So really, I just wanted to take the time to thank you guys for your consideration and constant support. SVF has years history working with West Valley City, and we're excited to continue our partnership if you guys choose to go ahead with the recommendation. So thank you all and have a good night.
Thank you so much. Was there anyone else that wished to speak to this item? Okay, I will close the public hearing and turn resolution 24-64 to the council for discussion or motion.
Mayor, I just want to express my appreciation to city for allowing myself and Councilman Fitzsimons to be a part of the committee. I was impressed with the structure of reviewing all of the applicants and understanding the needs and trying to make the most impact with the few dollars that we have. And so with that, I would motion to approve resolution 24-64.
I second that motion and echo Councilman Whetstone's praise of the process as well as the staff involved in this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamick.
Councilman Norfelt?
Yes.
Councilman Christensen?
Yes.
Councilman Hune?
Aye.
Councilman Harmon?
Yes.
Councilman Whetstone?
Yes.
Councilman Fitzsimons?
Aye.
And Mayor Ling?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you. We'll now move to our resolutions. We'll begin with resolution 24-65. This is to renew the city's health benefit plan with Select Health for the next fiscal year. There will be no change to the policy. So I'll turn this item to the council for discussion or motion.
To approve resolution 24-65.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Cameron.
Councilman Fitzsimons?
Aye.
Councilman Whetstone?
Yes.
Councilman Harmon?
Yes.
Councilman Hune?
Aye.
Councilman Christensen?
Yes.
Councilman Norfelt?
Yes.
And Mayor Ling?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you. We'll now go to resolution 24-66. This is the renewal of the city's dental plan with EMI for the next fiscal year, and there are no changes to this policy as well. So to the council for discussion or motion.
24-66. Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Cameron.
Councilman Fitzie-Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone.
Yes.
Councilman Harmon.
Yes.
Councilman Hume.
Aye.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Nordfeld.
Yes.
Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Okay, we now have resolution 24-67. This resolution would adopt the tentative budget and set the date for the final budget public hearing to occur on August 13th, 2024. And I'll turn it to the council for discussion or motion.
Motion to approve resolution 24-67.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Cameron.
Councilman Nordfeld.
Yes.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Hume.
Aye.
Councilman Harmon.
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone.
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie-Umanu.
Aye.
Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, we'll now move to resolution 24-68. This resolution is response to SB 185 that requires municipalities to enter into agreements that provide service in the event that another jurisdiction is unable to provide an inspection within 3 days of request. So that's a building permit inspection. This would also provide means to request aid immediately following an event where damage or occupancy restrictions may occur. So I'll turn resolution 24-68 to the council for discussion or motion.
Motion to approve resolution 24-68.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Cameron.
Councilman Nordfeld.
Yes.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Hume.
Aye.
Councilman Harmon.
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone.
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie-Umanu.
Aye.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We now move to resolution 24-69. This resolution would replace 17 Ford Interceptors, the SUVs for our fire department from Ken Garth Ford. The supply chain issues have made police department, I said fire, didn't I? They always get more stuff. Anyway, police department, sorry for that. Ford was unable to provide us the vehicles we requested in 2022, and they are now making them available to the city outside of their normal purchasing system. The total amount of this purchase would be $1,071,000. And just as a note, this will make up for what we got in the past, and then we'll still buy more for next year. So I'll turn resolution 24-69 to the council for discussion or motion.
Move for approval of resolution 24-69.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Cameron.
Councilman Fitzie-Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone.
Yes.
Councilman Harmon.
Yes.
Councilman Hume.
Aye.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Nordfeld.
Yes.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We'll now move to resolution 24-70. This would authorize the city to purchase paving equipment, transportation trailer designed to load and unload the paving equipment. The total cost is $39,600 from the Class C road funds. I'll turn this recommendation over to the council for discussion or motion.
I move to approve resolution 24-70.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Cameron.
Councilman Nordfeld.
Yes.
Councilman Christensen.
Yeah.
Councilman Hume.
Aye.
Councilman Harmon.
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone.
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie-Umanu.
Aye.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We'll now move to 24-71. This is for construction of the phase 1 of our wetland park at 6645 West Parkway Boulevard. It's a 75 acres of vacant land that would be used to store stormwater and also contains certified wetlands. This phase will consist mainly of utilities and paving entrance into the park and is being paid for with an ARPA grant, Utah Outdoor Recreation Grant, and some added CIP funding. Lowest bid was $3,862,458.02 from MC Green and Sons. So I turn this to the council, resolution 24-71 for discussion or motion.
A motion to approve resolution 24-71.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Pizzamano.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone.
Yes.
Councilman Harmon.
Yes.
Councilman Hughes.
Aye.
Councilman Christensen.
Yeah.
Councilman Narca.
Yes.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We'll move to 24-72. This resolution would award a contract to MC Contractors LLC, who had the lowest bid of $1,472,000. Okay, I'm not used to these big numbers all the time. $1,472,558.61. This project would fund road projects on the north side of SR 201 near the 6505 West Interchange and along the north side of Parkway Boulevard from 6750 West to 6600 West in coordination with the phase 1 of the Wetland Park project that is discussed in the previous resolution. So I'll turn this resolution to the council for discussion or motion.
Move to approve resolution 24-72.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Narca.
Yes.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Hughes.
Aye.
Councilman Harmon. Councilman Whitstone.
Yes.
Councilman Pizzamano.
Aye.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We'll have resolution 24-73. This resolution will amend our existing contract with ACE Disposal Incorporated to provide a 2.5% increase to account for the cost of living and other increase in expenses for our garbage removal. So I'll turn this resolution to the council for discussion or motion.
I move for approval of resolution 24-73.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Pizzamano.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone.
Yes.
Councilman Harmon.
Yes.
Councilman Hughes.
Aye.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Narca.
Yes.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you. We now have one item of new business. This resolution would appoint Jonathan Springmeyer as the Economic Development Director. Jonathan has been with the city for several years and previously served as budget manager for the redevelopment agency as well as chief sustainability officer. So I'll turn this resolution to the council for discussion or motion.
Motion to approve resolution 24-74.
Second.
Thank you. We have a second, a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Narca.
Yes.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Hughes.
Aye.
Councilman Harmon. Councilman Whitstone.
Yes.
Councilman Pizzamano.
Aye.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
And we're really lucky to have him as an employee. So we will now ask Ms. Kamic, our city recorder, to administer the oath of office.
I,
solemnly swear that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
and I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity. Here.
Okay, that is the conclusion of our meeting. We just have one more action item.
Motion to adjourn.
And all in favor of adjourning this meeting?
Aye.
We have 3 other committee meetings that I will turn the time over to the respective chairs to take care of those meetings.
Call to order the regular meeting of the redevelopment agency. Note that we've had an opening ceremony and that all of our members are present either in person with one exception, member Fatima Manu is online. And our next item of business is the approval of our minutes from our January 2nd meeting.
I would prefer approval of said minutes.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
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 I heard everyone say aye, so that passes unanimously. We have another item of business. This is a resolution to adopt a tentative budget. And Mr. P, will you introduce that resolution about the budget? Anything you want to tell us about it? Sorry to put you on the spot there.
That's right, don't have anything to prepare to add to that. Okay. Is there anything that you're looking for specifically?
That's right. That's right. So we have our tentative budget for the next fiscal year. And we're gonna set the June 4th as the date for the public hearing. Any comments or
I would move for approval of resolution 24-01.
Second.
Right, hearing no more discussion, turn to the secretary for the roll call vote.
Mr. Fatima?
Aye.
Mr. Whetstone?
Yes.
Mr. Herner?
Yes.
Mr. Junior?
Aye.
Ms. Lang?
Yes.
Mr. Christensen?
Yes.
Chairman Norville?
Yes,
Motion passes unanimously.
that concludes the business of the redevelopment agencies. We need one more motion.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
I'd like to call to order the Housing Authority. We've had our opening ceremony. We've had our roll call and all are present. All members of the authority are present. We have the first item of business, the approval of our April 23rd minutes.
Motion to approve April 23rd. Second.
There's been a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Thank you. Those are approved unanimously. We have one resolution tonight. Again, it's adopting a tentative budget in the proposed appropriations for the support of the Housing Authority for the fiscal year commencing July 1st and ending on June 30th, 2025. And we'll set June 4th, 2024 as the date for the public hearing. This adopts the tentative budget of the Housing Authority and would set the date for the public hearing to the authority.
I'd move to approve resolution 24-03.
Second.
Thank you. There's been a motion and a second. Ms. Kamick?
Mr. Nordfeld?
Yes.
Ms. Lang?
Yes.
Mr. Junior?
Aye.
Mr. Herman?
Yes.
Mr. Whetstone?
Yes.
Mr. Fatima?
Aye.
And Chairman Christensen?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
One more item on our agenda for this.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I call to order the regular meeting of the Building Authority. We've had an opening ceremony and roll call. All members are in attendance. We have our first item, the minutes of January 3rd, 2024. Any discussion or motions?
Move for approval of said minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have one item, a resolution 24-01, adopting the tentative budget of the building authority for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025. This resolution would adopt the tentative budget and would set a public hearing date of June 4th. Any discussion or motion on this item?
Move to approve resolution 24-01. Second.
Ms. Cannon?
Mr. Kimon,
Aye.
Mr. Whetstone,
Yes.
Mr. Jean,
Aye.
Ms. Lang. Yes. Mr. Christensen,
Yes.
Mr. Norville,
Yes.
and Chairman Herman.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
You? One last motion for the night.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Thank you for joining us tonight.